You used to love those blue tennis shoes, and then you didn't, so you donated them to Goodwill. Then one day, someone saw them in our store and also loved them, so they bought those blue shoes and gave them a second chance. When you donate and shop Goodwill, you're doing so much more than just donating and shopping. You're helping us change lives. Watch how a simple donation, like a pair of blue shoes, is part of the cycle for good, changing lives every day in this episode of Blue Shoes.
My name is Gary Schmidt. I am an outreach specialist with Goodwill's Supportive Services for Veteran Families program. So obviously our days do change. It really is situationally dependent, but a nice average day would be get in the vehicle nice and early. I drive out to whatever county I'm operating in for the day, and I just start hitting the pavement. I'll go to areas that are maybe have a higher traffic of people homeless or struggling or in need, shelters, parking lots, parks, any place where I think there's somebody going to be hanging out that might need assistance. That's where you're going to find me at. And I will travel to these various locations, and on a good day I'll hit 30, 40 places, passing out information, engaging with folks, doing screenings, whatever I can do at the time, giving them referrals to other services, trying to get them off the streets. The veteran that we just spoke to over there, he is one of our participants, and he has been engaged with both outreach as well as case management. At this time, he indicated he does not have the same case manager, but would like to re-engage with services on Monday, which he said was his original intention before we came to talk to him, so that was super great. We provided him with some material, some warm socks, some water, a little bit of food, and hope to re-engage with him on Monday. So, which will look like us, we'll be screening him in for services and hopefully take him back on the program. And we are trying to identify homeless veterans and people that might be in need. Over here on this side of the west side of the bank, we actually have several camps that are embedded inside of the bush. My last estimation was anywhere between 40 and 50 people probably. You will see tents, but not always. A lot of guys will sleep on the ground in plastic or just sleeping bags, and you probably can't tell us looking at it, but there are people watching us right now. So we're gonna see if we can get a closer look and try to talk to somebody. So what we're looking for right now is camps with homeless folks. We're trying to identify veterans that are either homeless or are in need. I have had veterans down here that aren't necessarily homeless, but are stuck down here without a ways to get home. So what we're doing is trying to identify those camps right now and see if we can provide services, potentially get them into shelters, whatever they might need. So here at the base of this mountainside, we did contact a veteran. He was willing to give us, do an initial screening with us and identify potential services that he could get through us, as well as partner organizations. So at this time what we're gonna do is he was provided some information, and he said that he'd like to reach out to us on Monday, come to our office, sit down, do a screening, and see if he can come in for services. So this was a very big win today. After I conduct the initial screening and we are able to bring the veteran into the program, we will give them, we'll hand them off to a case manager who will take over full-time, engage with them, help them with their finances, locate housing, and go through their process. I oftentimes don't always interact with them after the handoff. Sometimes I do. It's really dependent on the veteran. There's some that I built relationships with from the get-go, and we just have that bond. So when I see them in public or maybe at the grocery store, I still engage with them. There also are people that don't come on the program for whatever reason, whether they decide to or not, that I will still regularly engage with in the public just to see how they're doing. What can I do to make their day better? Do they need a referral to something? Do they need a phone number to get health services, whatever it may be? What can I do to provide that for you? What can I do to make your life a little bit easier and to help out? Some people will graduate from the program and they'll come back, and I've ran into guys that we have brought into the program, and now they have their own apartment. They've been stable for a year. We have one gentleman, I guess, just bought a new house, and 2 years ago he was homeless on the streets. And that is such an amazing feeling, being able to re-engage with those people and have those success stories. My favorite part would be the interaction, honestly. Coming to work every day is to me, it's not work, it's this amazing experience where I get to engage with members of the community, and I feel amazing, honestly. the people, the atmosphere, the dynamics, the constant change I love it. I really do. So just being here, being part of Goodwill is enough for me. So shortly after joining the SSVF program, I had engaged with a veteran on the streets, and a gentleman that I had known on the streets for approximately 10 years. And when I first met him, he was not in a good place, unfortunately. He had addiction problems and mental health problems, so on and so forth, and he was just not in a really good spot. And thankfully, he was actually willing to engage with us at this time, and he remembered me after these 10 years, which was crazy. And he was willing to engage with the SSVF program and come in and start getting situated. And it was nice to see this gentleman had been homeless for, I think he said, almost 30 years off and on, and he was so willing to engage with me just because our previous history together, and to come into the program and actually start going through the steps and processes, and that made me feel really good. It made me feel like no matter how far gone you might think you are or how you might feel, there's always a way out, you know, and there's always somebody that's willing to bring you in. And it really is what fired up my passion for this program and made me decide that this is where I need to stay at, because seeing that gives me hope that no matter how bad things are, there's always going to be light at the end of the tunnel.